Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
Welcome to this edition of Chit Chat. I am here today with Conrad. Indeed you are. And recently we had Ollie on the show, and Ollie is the lad from England, who was born in England, has spent some time in Louisville, Kentucky, as the assistant to a magician there, Bill Dodson. Yes, indeed, I know him. That's right. And so he's become one of the lads. That's Ollie. And Ollie has an English accent, as you would imagine. Of course. Kind of a little accent, sort of like he might say, yeah, that's right. I want to have a little more of that. What are you doing? I'm imitating Ollie. Well, I'm showing you Ollie's voice. Don't be ridiculous. Well, I have to do accents because otherwise you guys you'd sound like me if I didn't do an accent. That would not be good. Well, I know that. And that's why I'm doing an accent. Well, go on. All right. Well, the other puppet that we have that has a pretty strong accent is Colin O'Connor, and he is the Irish ventriloquial figure or puppet. I'm sorry. That's what you guys are. It's the truth. He speaks with an Irish accent, sort of like this. 'Tis true, 'tis true. What are you doing? I am imitating Connor. I'm imitating myself, imitating Connor. Stop it. Well, what am I going to do? You don't do that with me. Well, actually, I kind of do. What? Hey, listen, you know, your accent is not exactly British, and it's not exactly American. It's Transatlantic or Mid-Atlantic, and I think some of our viewers have heard of this kind of accent before, but others may not. So let's do a quick lesson. The Transatlantic, Mid-Atlantic accent is not a natural accent. It's the accent that you would hear in the movies in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. People like Katharine Hepburn, even Franklin Delano Roosevelt had this kind of accent. Orson Welles, the accent that, well, if you say a few words, we can hear it. I don't know what you're saying. Sort of like that. A little less British, maybe. I speak as I do. That sounded a little Irish to me. Watch it. Hey, listen, so the Mid-Atlantic, Transatlantic accent was created for the theater and was not a natural accent, as I mentioned, and you had to learn it. So prep schools on the East Coast in the northern seaboard of the United States would teach this kind of speaking, and they called it good American speech. A fellow at Columbia that originally came up with the idea of the accent, and then Edith Skinner, she wrote a book about speaking with distinction, and that taught people how to speak. And so why don't we all speak that way now? That's a good question. The accent kind of went out of favor when we got into the 1960s, and movies and television began to reflect the way people actually talk. Well, I actually talk this way. Well, yes, you do. So that's going to do it. Take a look at YouTube. There's plenty of great videos on the Transatlantic or the Mid-Atlantic accent, and you can hear how to speak it yourself if you're interested. Some people kind of miss it and wish it would come back. Well, it is, Dak. It's right here. Indeed it is. Indeed, indeed. And what do we say at the end of a Chit Chat episode? Thank you for watching Chit Chat, and we'll see you next time. See you then.
And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe. But I got you pegged.